Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Radio Free Wall Street, 5 o'clock New York time, live streaming on the World Wide Web. And we are here for the stories of the day. And I tell you what, Radio Free Wall Street is all about the stories that will affect you from a market standpoint. And these are stories that we find are little reported or little understood. And the story we want to talk to you today is about this escalating trade war that Donald Trump's got going with the whole damn world. Now, markets have not priced in any of this. The markets do not understand how close we are to another Lehman moment. They don't understand how close we are to a financial wipeout. As we speak, China's preparing more attacks in its volume of the trade war. As we speak, Europe is talking about a unified front. European Union members getting together, deciding how they want to handle Donald Trump. And his idea that he was going to intimidate and they were going to back down just is not working. And I can tell you that the resolve has surprised everyone. Mexico's not backing down. Canada said it won't either. And this is getting very, very serious. Now, in the middle of a trade war with our allies, of course, targeting Chinese who are not, I don't consider an ally, Donald Trump is going to meet with his good friend Vladimir Putin. In the middle of a trade war, Donald Trump is also putting sanctions against Iran, while at the same time calling for the OPEC oil producers and Russia to produce more. In other words, the guy's out of control. What he's doing is not making any sense. His policies with Kim Yum Nunchucks is another example, not calculating the market, has failed. They're calling the negotiations, the U.S. acting as gangsters. They are saying they didn't agree to give up their nukes and not going to. And Donald Trump declared a complete victory and saved mankind from World War III. I want to point out to you that all of Donald Trump's agenda is falling apart. I want to point out to you that we're kind of in the twilight zone with what he's doing. Now, let's not get into the politics of the Mueller investigation. Let's not get into politics that now Donald Trump, before he will be subject to a subpoena, wants the Mueller team to prove beyond a shadow of doubt that Donald Trump committed some crime. It's ridiculous. No one's going to agree to it, which means all this blow and go about Donald Trump wanting, ready, able, willing to testify is just not true. And now we're going into this road where, oh my God, we are on the verge of a major financial crisis. The Fed is raising rates significantly. Junk bond debt is going to hell in a handbasket. We got Argentina debt in default. We got Venezuela, shit, that's gone. We've got Brazil looking ugly. And it's getting uglier and uglier and uglier around the world. We're still having riots going on in Haiti over fuel prices. We had riots 2 weeks ago in Brazil over energy prices. We're in big shit, guys. This is a Fed raising rates. This is an economy heading into recession. This is a president who's at war with every freaking buddy. He's got a special prosecutor. He hates the Democrats. He hates CNN News, the fake press. I mean, it's really going out of hand. Look, let's talk straight here. Is this really how America should handle business? Is this really how we should approach our allies? Is this really the America that you want, including the immigration problem? Look, we are fighting everyone about everything in every way, and we're making no progress. People are not responding to the art of the deal. People are not collapsing. We are not increasing our position in a positive way. You know what we're doing? We're getting people laid off. We are having businesses devastated. More and more business reporting, look, they can't survive the steel. They can't get supplied. They can't pay the increase. They can't manufacture anymore. See, what you have to understand about the steel imports and the tariffs you put on it, this is raw steel. Nobody buys sheet roll and says, oh, yeah, I'm at the Walmart store here. I give about 20 feet of cold roll, please. And, oh, yeah, give me 3 core 10 plates and load them on the car. It doesn't happen. Now you talk about builders, okay, highest lumber prices ever. You talk about the print media and printers. You can't print. You can't afford to print a newspaper. You can't afford to do the bulk printing that used to go on in America. The entire narrative is changing. The entire economic base is getting knocked on its ass, and this is going to cost jobs. Now, in the middle of this trade war, we've got everybody gearing up. I mean, these people are not stupid. They are not stupid. They understand U.S. business. They understand our pork business. They understand our grain business. They understand our exports, and they are hammering us left and right. This is not working worth the shit, okay? This is not creating a more prosperous America. This is not the art of the deal. This is a president drunk with power, going out on his own, striking out at our allies and enemies alike, and pissing everyone off. People are not folding. This deal is not working, and Donald Trump's going to have to back off. Now, when he does, oh my God, that means that his constituents have a big problem. Yeah. They will now have to figure out how in the hell they are going to make this work. You know what the answer is? It's an unknown. No one knows where this is going. We are finally in a situation where we've got Donald Trump that is moving in a realm that no one knows where it goes. No one knows where it ends up. And all of a sudden, people are going, well, Donald, what exactly are you doing? Donald, what are we going to look like in the future? Where are you taking this country? And I'm telling you, he's taking us down the path of death and destruction. Donald Trump's moves are a height of arrogance. Donald Trump's moves will end up very badly for all Americans and all American businesses. What Donald Trump's up to is the height of stupidness. Look, if he wants to have sanctions against Iran, he needs the G7 plus the G6 plus one to cooperate. He doesn't have it. If he wants to renegotiate his trade situations, he's got to have somebody going along with him. He is going this alone, and it's not working. Now, we've got a situation with a magnificent oil trade. Okay, let me tell you about that. We got Donald Trump, who has decided in his supreme glory that oil prices are too high, and OPEC must lower it. And Donald Trump wants that because $4 a barrel oil going into the fall midterm election season will cost the Republicans dearly. He knows it. Well, the problem is, at the very time he wants everyone else to cooperate with him, he wants to get this trade sanctions against Iran. He wants to have Iran produce more oil. He's going to embargo oil from Iran. I mean, at some point you go, Donald, have you thought this shit through? Exactly what are you doing? Where is your understanding of this? Now, the sanctions will work. That's the first thing. The second thing is that he's got an oil market disarray. That's going to represent a lot of money for us as the market sorts out this, as the market realizes there's plenty of barrels in there. But Donald Trump don't give a shit. Donald Trump is moving in ways like a dictator more than a leader of a great democracy. He is alienating everyone. He is wiping out our colleagues. He is creating distress like we've never seen before. And guys, listen to me. This is going to turn out very, very badly. So if you are a Trump lover, I call people that Trump chumps, then I warn you that jobs are being lost, not gained. Businesses are seeing massive disruption. We are going into the twilight zone of a recession that will be the Trump Depression. And the guys, there's no ifs, and buts about it. We are going to hell in a handbasket, and Donald Trump's taking us there. And at some point, you're going to have to wake up and smell the roses and think, well, Donald, what did you do, Donald? You know, exactly where did this come from? Donald, are you thinking about what you're doing here? And the answer is, hell no, he's not. He does not realize where he's going. He does not realize how this ends up. And I'm telling you, this is a disaster in the brewing economically. Now, remember, we got Fed raising rates. Quantum easing is over with. The greatest ever stimulus program on planet Earth as a result of the 2007-8-9 wipeout is over with. And they're backing up. And what's Donald Trump doing? Well, he is just kind of tooling along, creating $1 trillion deficit this year. All of his little gifts to mankind and his friends are dissipating. And what is happening? Donald Trump is about to wipe out our economy. Donald Trump's policies are not working. Donald Trump's immigration policies aren't working. Donald Trump's trade wars are not working. Donald Trump's, remember great stimulus programs? You remember the $1 trillion in building? I'm a builder. I know how to build. Remember Obamacare? You need to understand here that we are in big trouble. Things are getting uglier by the minute, and Donald Trump is going to laud over one of the biggest disasters America has ever seen. And you know what, guys? The markets haven't priced it in yet. Now, for us, I have to tell you, it's a great money-making opportunity. For us, it's a fantastic time. But for the average American, it's wipeout city. Donald Trump's tax break bonanza for billionaires and the tax breaks for the little guys, it's gone. The corporations have gone ahead and bought back the shares of stocks. The bonanza for the billionaires, they have not spent the money. Stock options have been done. Share buybacks have been done. Over with, it stopped. You know what's happening now? Now nothing. Businesses are pulling in their horns. They do not know what to do. They don't know what Donald Trump is going to bring us. They don't know where the economy is going. And we know what you're seeing? People losing jobs because of this insanity of the trade wars with everybody, including our friends, enemies alike. Oh, did I mention to you that we are also seeing a huge snafu in immigration policy? We don't have enough laborers. We don't have enough people to make the economy work. Are you hearing me? Are you understanding what this guy is doing? This is a disaster. Donald Trump's management of the economy, his management of foreign policy, is a disaster run by Putin. You hear me and hear me clearly. We, this time, will be in a recognizable recession next year. We will head into a depression. These trade wars, this is not the end. This is the start of the beginning. And the start of the beginning of something that's going to end very, very badly is in a depression. So, guys, I beg you, please wake up and smell the coffee. Please realize that Donald Trump is taking us down a road of isolationism. He is taking us down the road of evil. He is destroying the meaning of America. He's destroying the fact that we are the great hope for the world. He's destroying our heritage of being a refuge for the poor, huddled masses. And he's turning us into monsters. You're not going to recognize ourselves. And you want to hear something about it? All this would be, understandable if it was working, okay? And the reality is it's not working. We are losing jobs, not gaining jobs. We are losing market share. We are losing customers. We're losing respect. And we're losing our allies. And you know what the really bad part of this thing is? We're losing our souls. So Donald Trump has been, as I feared, a major disaster. His hatred, his confrontational style is not working. Do you hear me? It is not working. It sounds nice, okay? He's going to be tough. On who? Over what? For how long? How does this work out, Donald? Exactly who is the art of the deal? Who are you convincing? Who are you bringing around to your way of looking at things? And the answer is no one. What jobs are you creating? None. We're losing jobs. What have you done with health care? Nothing. What have you done with infrastructure projects? Nothing. What have you done with the Great Wall of China, or I guess the Great Wall of America? Nothing. What have you done to the NAFTA deal was a really, really bad deal. What have you done to correct it? Nothing. What have you done to replace the Trans-Pacific Partnership and losing our influence around the world? Nothing. What have you done with negotiating a better trade deal with Europe? Nothing. What have you done with stopping China? That's a bad actor stealing our technology? Nothing. So we are now supposed to assume that, vote you in for another 4 years and you'll correct this? Guys, this is not working. We don't have 4 years. We don't have another 2 years of this. The budget deficits are soaring to the moon. The tax break bonanza of billionaires is not stimulating the economy. The entire Trump promises about health care, education reform, welfare reform, Social Security reform, it's not happening. The trade negotiations are a disaster. Kim Jong-Numchuk has more missiles than ever. It has more nukes than ever. Iran has started enriching uranium again on a wholesale level. We haven't stopped them either. Show me the successes. A couple of Supreme Court picks, yeah, I'll give you that. Pulled us out of climate change, give you that. Opened up pipelines and fracking throughout America, give you that. Where's the rest of it? It's not enough. Donald Trump's mistakes have far outweighed his few successes, and we are now moving into what I call the ugly zone. We're in a recession. Just got a report that the shipbuilders are seeing shipbuilding contracts canceled. Tonnage on the seas is diminishing. Freight rates are dropping. Obviously, if goods and services aren't flowing, you don't need a boat. And if you don't have boats that are being filled up, then you got to drop the rates. Look at the disaster. Now, I think the real shame is going to be Donald Trump's going to go and kiss Putin's ass. He is throwing our allies under the bus. He is destroying the NATO alliance, which we desperately need. And he's diminishing America's role as a superpower. He's diminishing America's role as a super military. He's diminishing America's role as the agitator, decider, maker in the planet Earth. Okay, we are no longer people. He did something very shameful. I'll tell you a story. Years and years ago, we were involved with some charity work in Latin America, and we had set up some clinics, basically for our employee base, and they were basically free clinics, and then it became a community-based thing. We had a lot of really good people in America who donated a lot of medical equipment. We had people who were very qualified who staffed it. We had we had eye surgeons coming in and all kinds of specialists to deal with a really needy population, okay? And one of the crises was that we're having a lot of problems with underweight babies, malnutrition. And something you didn't see in that part of the world was something new. And what it was the baby food companies had started giving away formula to these poor mothers, okay? And they gave them through the midwives and through the hospitals for the few that made it to a hospital. And they gave them enough just to last long enough for the mother's milk to dry up. And then they would have to buy very expensive formula, which they couldn't afford. So they started cutting down on it. And by, adding more water and less powder meant less nutrition for the baby. And we found out about that, and we started giving away cans that we bought, by the way. They weren't donated to us. Cans of baby formula to try to solve the problem. And it was a big disaster. Well, it became known, and what happened was the World Health Organization, by the way, the World Health Organization became aware that the doctors were being taught that mother's milk was dirty and not good for a baby and that the formula was better. Well, a lot of research demonstrated, as I think we all know now, that the soy milk or whatever the mixture is, it pales in comparison to mother's milk that passes along a lot of immunization to babies, is great for the gut bacteria and really, really works, and it's free. So it's a matter of money. Well, Donald Trump in the administration has now shocked everyone by an opposition to the breastfeeding resolution. So I was wondering about that. And it turns out that the baby food companies lobbied the Trump administration mightily, and that's the reason why we are now in favor of powdered milk by the big baby food companies that mothers in poor countries can't afford, and against a resolution that mothers can do a really good job giving the breast milk. So this is an example of the kind of corruption of the Trump administration that I find so troubling and disturbing. I can give you a lot more examples. But this is one that's, it's on par with separating 3-year-old babies from the mothers and taking their shoelaces off their tennies. And now, you want to hear another scandal? They are not able to find a lot of these kids. They're doing DNA tests. They didn't document what they did when they just ripped people out of mothers' arms. The Nazis did the same thing. They didn't worry about where they went anyway. Because is that the kind of country we really want to be? So we are now moving in an area where, oh, Donald, what are you doing to us? And I want to be clearly on the record here. We are going to see a major stock market crash. Not now. We're in rally mode. We're going to see the dollar get hit a little bit before the next round up. We're seeing it as rates peak, yield curve reverse. We are in an incredible money-making opportunity. And, guys, I plan on making a lot of money. I plan on making our subscribers a lot of money because it's what markets don't see, what markets don't anticipate, that provides stupendous opportunity. The markets don't see the fact that, for example, oil is grossly oversupplied and going to be more of a supply and the price is coming down dramatically. And that is the will of the major producers. The markets do not see that we're headed for a recession, yield curve is inverting, Fed is going to continue to raise rates and not stop. And there's a slowdown as they pull back quantum easing. The markets does not see the trade war is destroying U.S. businesses and affecting businesses that rely upon foreign supply of products for their manufacturing for what they sell domestically. The market's not pricing that in either. The market is not pricing in the disaster that is building with a confrontation that's going to go on with China, in Europe, Canada, Mexico. And all I can say is that these are the things that recessions are made of. And these are the things that extremely high profits in trading are made of, and we're just at such a time. Enhanced trading is the name of the day right now. I mean, it's great. Markets are coming back alive. There's more and more money to be made, and listen to me carefully. Donald Trump does not know how to negotiate on an international level. He's had no experience. And his theory that he's in New York real estate where you bully everyone is just not working. This is not the art of the deal. It's the art of the screw-up. This is the art of lack of diplomacy. Kimmy Nunchucks is going to be a major embarrassment. He's going, yeah, I was a good guy, right? I ain't doing shit for you, buddy. So all I can say is, sucker,